Hello everybody, this is Hybrid, and today I'll be bringing you a review of Spider-Man number 2 out of 5. So basically where it kind of starts us off at, sorry. Um, you know, both Peter Parker and Miles Morales have met each other, so this will hopefully bring some good stuff. And the writer is Brian Michael Bendis, the artist is Sarah Pacelli, colorist Justin Ponzer, I think. So yeah, I hope it's a good issue. So let's find out. And actually, I don't know why I said that. I've already read it, but yeah. So it starts us off. We have Mysterio wakes up from, I guess, him being knocked out last issue by the somewhat explosion, you could say. And yeah, so he basically goes back to a recording, sees Peter Parker got sucked into, I guess, the dimensional wormhole thing. And with that being said, he puts on a kind of android, or what he says, the avatar, Mysterio avatar. He puts that on. Um, I guess it's kind of his way of, he's going to send himself there without actually sending himself there. So, yeah, he sends this avatar there to basically make sure that Spider Man is killed and, you know, never comes back. Because he's like, well, this is my dimension, like I found it, stuff like that. So for, I hate to break it to him honestly, but you're coming to the world where some of the most powerful heroes slash villains are at, more powerful and more heroes and more villains than the Ultimate Universe. So I won't discover the other universe personally, but yeah, so he does that, and then we go back to Peter Parker and Miles. So they're talking, and I feel bad for Miles because he's trying to, like, be more reasonable, you could say, where he's like, I want to talk, stuff like that, and Peter Parker just shoots his webbing at him, and I just don't understand, because I guess Miles, he does mention, like, he's like, are you Peter Parker? And I guess that freaks out Peter because, first thing he's thinking is, oh god, it's another clone, but then Miles is like, no, I'm not a clone. So yeah, Peter shoots his web at him because he's freaked out, as he says, and Miles dodges it to his surprise, actually. And then Peter comes up and kicks him. So yeah, to me so far, I'm like, this is not the Peter Parker I know. Peter Parker wouldn't just go up and kick somebody if just because he's freaked out. Honestly, he's the type of person that I could see, thinking about what's going on and like to ask questions, or at least he'd be talking smack or something like that. But yeah, so then Peter Parker starts asking questions. He's like, "Who are you?" and stuff like that. And Miles is like, "You know what? That's not cool. Just listen. I just want to talk." And I don't get it. Miles just wants to talk. Yet Peter Parker, he's starting to shoot webs at him again, trying to catch him. But then Miles, he does something funny. He's like, "Are those real web shooters? Are they mechanical or organic?" And Peter is just like, "Who are you? How do you know all these things?" Basically. And then Miles tugs on the web that Peter shot from his web shooter, and Peter dodges the kick, obviously, as he should, considering the fact that he knows spider kung fu. Then he tries grabbing Miles, but Miles is really fast, and he gets out of Peter's possible reach, and Venom stings him, which is interesting because I never thought I'd see the day that Miles would Venom sting Spider-Man, or I was actually, to be honest, wondering how it would affect him. But yeah, so it kind of paralyzes him, and Miles, it's kind of funny. Miles thinks he might have killed Peter Parker, so he's like trying to figure out what's going on and things like that. And then from there, you see, Peter Parker wakes back up and kicks Miles off the building. And Peter Parker is trying to get a hold of himself again and see what's going on. And he's like, "Oh wait, I just kicked a kid off the top of a building," and things like that. And he doesn't see any web shooters, so he's like, "Oh god, I might have just killed this kid. He might be going into the ground." But little does he know, Miles is actually on the building in his camouflage ability, which is pretty cool, I think. And yeah, so he's hiding there, and then you see him coming down out of his camouflage, kicking Peter Parker, catching him by surprise. And then, Peter shoots a web again. Peter Parker does what I think is the most non-Peter Parker thing I could think of him doing if he were to ever meet another Spider-Man, which was he took off his mask. And to me, this was very non-Peter Parkerish, considering the fact that, this is the Peter Parker that we all know, the one who, out of everything, basically cherishes his secret identity. So to me, this didn't really make sense why he would do this, but I guess it is what it is, right? So yeah, he webs his mask off, and then Miles is like, give it back, and Peter Parker is like, no. So Miles does something I didn't expect, honestly, because I didn't think his Venom sting worked like this, but he Venom stings the webbing, which in turn Venom stings Peter Parker. Peter Parker is kind of paralyzed again, so Miles jumps down to him, he grabs his arm with the web shooters, activates them, and they web swing back up and land on top of a building. And then from there, Miles takes off Peter's mask. I'm just gonna call them by their real names. Too hard to say Spider-Man, because there's two of them. And from there, he brings Peter Parker to Nick Fury. Nick Fury puts him in a containment center, you could say, and from there, Nick Fury asks Peter Parker some questions about who he is and, like, is he Peter Parker and where did he come from, stuff like that. And oh my god, Peter Parker gives a very long explanation, basically, kind of asking, like, what would you do if you were, like, in his situation, basically. So, yeah, and then Nick Fury takes Peter Parker with him, and officially introduces, in a non-physical way, Miles and Peter. And yeah, so then Nick Fury saying, you know what, Miles, tell Peter Parker about everything he needs to know. So from there, you see them going off. Nick Fury's kind of, I guess, thinking, I can't believe there's a Peter Parker here in front of me, because he does hold himself responsible in a way for Peter Parker's death. So yeah, Miles and Peter are then talking in a helicopter. Peter actually asks if the ultimate Peter Parker is dead, and it seems like Miles is about to answer the question until a rocket, or at least something that looks like a rocket, hits the helicopter. From there, they save the pilot and they swing down, but oh, look who's there, Mysterio. So yeah, that's where it leaves us off. Also shows us a preview of the next issue, which seems to have all 616 villains. Except that's kind of odd considering the fact that we have 616 Electro, which I can see, I guess, I'm doing. Green Goblin, which we haven't seen in a while, really. It's really just been Norman Osborn. Hammerhead, who I'd like to see. I haven't seen much of him in quite a while. The Lizard, which is confusing because in the issue that came out today, the Lizard gets reverted back to Doc Connors, but this probably won't last that long considering the fact that they'll bring back the Lizard in time for the Amazing Spider-Man film. Then you have Carnage, who I thought the symbiote got taken away from, but I guess not. And you have Venom, which is odd because I'm pretty sure Venom's a superhero right now, as he is Flash Thompson. So yeah, that doesn't make much sense to me at all. But hopefully it will. And yeah, from there I guess I should get on with my kind of scoring part. So I am using my format for this. And for the artwork, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. I enjoyed the artwork a lot. I thought it was really good. Props out to Miss Pacelli. And then plot, I give it 3 out of 5, mostly being because I feel there really wasn't that much of a plot right here. I feel like this should have been issue number 1, honestly. Like this and a little bit more, maybe this and a little bit from the ending of the first issue, mostly because of the fact that, we only have 3 issues left. And if it's like this, where I don't think that the fans are really going to get as much Peter Miles time as they really looked forward to, or at least as much as they kind of advertised in the posters and whatnot for this event. Then you have writing. I give it 4 out of 5, mostly because I did enjoy the writing, but some of the writing did seem off. Like for Peter Parker, didn't really feel like Peter Parker, honestly, and that kind of bugged me a little bit, as I also read Amazing Spider-Man, and it just seems like those are 2 different Peter Parkers. Like one is, more like he'd ask the questions as well, and he'd be more calm at a situation like this. And then this one's just really hot headed, and I understand he's freaked out and all, but still, the person's asking you a question, and or Miles is asking Peter a question, and Peter just immediately attacks him. That doesn't make any sense at all, especially when Peter made it pretty clear last issue that he thinks he might be in a different world or something similar to that. So yeah, then we go to characters. I go 4 out of 5, basically for the same reasons. I didn't feel like this Peter Parker was really uh, the character of Peter Parker we all know and love. I felt it was kind of odd. And then, but besides that, I thought Miles was great in this issue, so I'm looking forward to more of Miles. And then entertainment, I give it 8 out of 10 because I did enjoy the issue overall. I know it might sound like I didn't like a lot of the issue, but I really did enjoy a good bit of it. So, but I do feel it could have been better. Like I said, I feel they really have to pick up the pace with the next few issues if they really want to close this one out right and not pull what my friend would call a Mass Effect, where you have a lot of hype for it and it looks good at first, but then by the time you get to the end of it, there's no closure. So yeah, I give it overall 24 out of 30, which is at 80%. Not bad. I do recommend you read it. So yeah, this is Hybrid, and hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe, comment, and like. And I have 3 more reviews coming up later today. One for the Ultimates, one for Amazing Spider-Man, and one for and by the way, the comic, not the game, or the film. And then also I have a review for the Incredible Hulk. So yeah,